So this video is all about mole conversions that are two-step. You should already know how to do one-step conversions at this point. If not, go watch that video. So just to recap, we can go from moles to volume, and you can use 22.4 to do that. You can go from moles to molecules or atoms or particles. And to do that, you have to use Avogadro's number, which is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. And the last thing we know how to do is going from moles to grams, which is like a mass of some sort. And to do that, you have to use the molar mass off the periodic table. So this video is all about how you can get outside of that mole range. How can we go from grams to molecules, and how can you go from grams to volume or volume to molecules, and vice versa. Okay. You definitely need a calculator and a periodic table for this lesson today. I'm just going to do some quick examples to show you the fastest way to solve these problems. So for the first one, let's say we have 4.39 liters of nitrogen. How many molecules of nitrogen would this be? So we're going to take 4.39 liters, because you always start with what it gives you in the question. Every time. Start with what it gives you. Diagonal is going to match, so we have liters on top, liters on the bottom. And it wants us to find molecules, so that's what's going to go on top here. Okay. So normally 1 is equal to the mole. Here, there is no mole, so neither of them will be 1. Okay. So liters, we always use 22.4, and molecules, we always use 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, and make sure to put that in parentheses. Okay. So here, we're going to multiply the top two boxes and divide by the bottom box. And that'll give us 1.18 times 10 to the 23rd, and that's going to be molecules of nitrogen. And that's it. So remember that times 10 to the 23rd could also show up as that E on your calculator. If it says E, that means times 10 to the 23rd. All right, example number 2. Let's say we have 241 grams of sodium. How many liters is this? Okay, so we're going to take 241 grams of sodium. Okay, diagonal matches, so we get grams of sodium on the bottom, and liters is what we want, so liters goes on top. Just a quick refresh on these boxes. Top left is given in the question, top right is what the question wants, and then diagonal, you match up the units. Okay. All right, so now looking here, liters always uses 22.4. This grams is going to come from the periodic table. So you look at the periodic table, you find sodium, and you use its mass, which is 22.98. So we're going to multiply the top two, 241 times 22.4, divided by 22.98. And that comes out to 234.9, and that's going to be liters of sodium. All right, last example here. We have 8.31 times 10 to the 29th power, and that is molecules of NaCl, of salt. That is going to be how many grams of NaCl? So you always start with what they give you. 8.31 times 10 to the 29 molecules. And I always put that in parentheses too. It's always helpful. So diagonal matches, and then it wants grams of NaCl. So anything that's times 10 to an exponent, always put in parentheses. Molecules, we're going to use 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. And then grams is going to come from the periodic table. So sodium is 22.98 and chlorine is 35.45. Right, so we got to add up all the things in there. You have to find the molar mass from the periodic table. And this is 58.43. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that 8.31 times 10 to the 29 multiplied by 58.43 and then divided by, make sure it's in parentheses, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. And that gives us this very, very large number. It's going to be 80,629,907 grams. Okay. That might also come up on your calculator as 8 times 10 to the 7th power as well. All right, so that's how you convert two-step problems. And I hope that this was all super helpful and that you all ace all your homeworks and your test of chemistry.